Hi, my name is Marcos Blanco. I am 28 years old. I live in Sunnyvale, California, right here in the Bay Area. Um, I was a little skeptical about doing this audition at first. Didn't know what to expect, but I asked some of my family and friends if I should do this or not, and they said, sure, why not? You know, what do you got to lose? And so I was like, okay, you know, if I don't get this, then that's fine. It was something fun to do. And if I do, that'll be even better, and I'll explain why later. But first of all, a lot of you know who I am, but there's a lot of you out there who obviously won't know who I am. But my handle is El Cubano Loco in the fighting game community. And I've been playing fighting games since I was 8 or 9 years old, beginning with Street Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo and in the arcades when they were, you know, booming back then. Yeah, I play every kind of fighting game that comes out, like any new Street Fighter, Versus game, Tekken, Soul Calibur, King of Fighters, even any crappy fighting games like those back in the SNES Genesis days. That's a whole nother story. So, I didn't start playing competitively until around 2004, 2005, when I started going to San Jose State University, and they had an arcade there, and they had Third Strike, and I played a little bit of Third Strike back when it first came out, but I didn't take it seriously. But then I started playing it more again in the arcade, and I was playing against good players like Rom and Ricky Ortiz, John Choi, and I started to really get into it because I love the challenge of the competition. So I competed in local tourneys. I'd usually get like 4th or 5th in the small tourneys that we had for Third Strike. And that hadn't stopped since then. And then when Street Fighter 4 came out in the arcade and on console in late 2008, early 2009, that's when everything changed for me. You know, and I really love Street Fighter 4. Like, it brings back the old school feel, the old Street Fighter games. The main character I play is Vega / Claw / Balrog, depending on where you live. He's called something different. So, and if you want to know why I picked him, because I know some of you think, why would you pick Vega? He's kind of some would say crappy character compared to the rest of the cast. But now, you know, he's not a bad character in the latest update. But even like when he was shit tier in vanilla SF4, like, you know, I didn't know, like, that's when the tiers were still being determined. So I didn't know he was low tier until later, like when people were figuring stuff out. But I'm like, you know what, Vega is really cool in this game, so I decided to pick him up, and I've been pretty much dedicated to the character ever since then. And I've been doing really well in tournaments with Vega. I'm kind of considered by some people to be one of the better claw players out there, and I've been placing pretty high in a lot of local tourneys here in NorCal. Let's see, the first Evo I went to back in 2010 went like 5-2. I'm not sure like how I placed, but last Evo I placed top 64, which was a much better improvement over the year before. And I feel like every year I'm getting better and better the more I play, especially against the top players here in the Bay Area. And I got, in Season 1 of Thursday Night Throwdowns, I got 3rd place overall, so I was pretty happy with that. It was just right behind Ricky Ortiz and Filipino champ. I also competed in the Star-based arcade tourneys in San Rafael. I was pretty consistent in those ones as well, and I would usually get like 2nd, or I would be like in the top 8 usually. Like, I would usually get like 2nd. I've won 2 small tourneys, like 1 singles tourney at what used to be called the Atrium in Union City, and I won a 2v2 at Starbase Arcade a while back, and NCR 8, I believe. I think I placed in top 16, only losing to Tatsu, another very good claw player from SoCal, and I lost to Grizzle, one of our better Vipers. But yeah, you know, and yeah, I mean, I'm glad to be in the fighting game community. I'm glad I've been able to take my skills this far. Right now, I'm trying to pick up multiple games. I'm still playing Street Fighter still sticking with Claw throughout all the changes that he's gone through, and I also play other characters like Yang and Jury and Bison, but they're not my mains or secondaries or thirds or whatever. Yeah, the reason why I decided to do this audition was to, I guess, get a little more exposure and to actually try out Street Fighter Cross Tekken, which I'm looking forward to. I think it's gonna be a very big deal when it comes out. It already is, even before it comes out, but with all the gem controversy and all that. Yeah, and of course I want to be on Team Street Fighter. I love Tekken, but I don't really take it that serious because there's way too much memorization involved in that game. And yeah, I only have so little time to actually, go very deep into that game. Yeah, and if I win the prize money, I was hoping to use that money to travel a bit more, at least to get out of the country for a little bit, and experience the world out there, whether it be going to other tournaments or just, trying new things out there that I haven't yet to experience. And so, yeah, that about does it.